What's going on, team? It's Caddy with Money Vesting. I hope that you all are having an amazing day. So I'm really sorry about the audio and the video, but I really wanted to put out this video updating you guys on Workhorse, and there's some news that came out this morning that I want to address really quickly. So as of the time of this video, you guys can see that Workhorse is up over 15% on the day, and it's trading at close to $17.85. So I did also analyze this stock pre-market when it was trading higher at around, I think it was up 4% pre-market. It hit a high of close to $17.55 right around that level, and then it got sold off and find a support right around this $16 level. So it was consolidating right here before the markets opened, and then you guys can see that it's just been pushing up higher. The next resistance is going to be at $18, which I'm going to be personally watching, where the stock has gotten rejected. So the high for the day, you guys can see, is $17.91. So it'll be really interesting for us to see whether it breaks out of this level or if it just consolidates and pulls back. But the news that I want to share with you guys is going to be related to Lordstown Motors. We're going to jump over to that now. Alright guys, so this right here is going to be a quick breakdown of what Lordstown Motors really is. It's another electric vehicle company that basically focuses on building commercial electric pickup trucks. And the reason why Workhorse is so important with Lordstown Motors is because you guys can see that Workhorse has licensed the pickup truck technology to Lordstown Motors, and in exchange, they have 10% ownership in Lordstown Motors and get about 1% commission on the first 200,000 trucks sold. And I've also mentioned this in my previous updates on Workhorse, which is why it's really important for us to kind of understand Lordstown Motors business as well. And I also mentioned in last week's update on Workhorse that there are talks about Lordstown Motors going public with a special purpose acquisition company, or doing a SPAC, and essentially raising equity, and it's going to be really interesting for us to see if that actually happens. So now we're going to jump over to the press release that Workhorse announced this morning. Alright guys, so here we are inside Business Wire, and this right here is going to be Lordstown Motors to list on NASDAQ through a merger with Diamond Peak Holdings Corporation. To give you guys some highlights on the merger, Lordstown has entered into a definitive merger agreement with Diamond Peak Holdings, and their ticker symbol is DPHC, but upon closing, the company will remain listed on NASDAQ under the new ticker symbol RIDE, or RIDE, and Lordstown Endurance, which is their trademarked vehicle, will be the first full-size electric pickup truck designed to serve the US commercial fleet market, with the initial production expected in the second half of 2021. There's approximately $675 million of gross proceeds that are expected from the transaction will be used to fund the production of this vehicle, and then there's going to be $500 million fully committed to PIPE, which is private investment in a public equity, which includes $75 million worth of investments by companies like General Motors, in addition to investments from institutional investors, including Fidelity, research company Wellington Management, and some other accounts managed by BlackRock, among others. And the total combined implied equity value for Lordstown Motors is going to be approximately close to $1.6 billion. And since Workhorse essentially owns 10% ownership in Lordstown, this is obviously going to equate close to about $160 million ownership as of today's valuation from Lordstown Motors. So Lordstown Motors is also another leader in electric light-duty trucks, as I've already mentioned, and they're going to be doing a special purpose acquisition. Company is going to be the Diamond Peak Holdings, or SPAC, which are going to be bringing Lordstown to public, and this just goes over the entire definitive agreement and the ticker symbol RIDE, which is going to be listed on the NASDAQ exchange. Further, you can read the comments from the CEO of Lordstown Motors. He essentially said, "We are thrilled with the opportunity to build Lordstown Motors into a top-tier electric truck company that is highly differentiated from the competition. With our first vehicle, the revolutionary Lordstown Endurance, our all-electric full-size pickup truck deliveries the equivalent of 75 miles per gallon, which again is going to be quite significant cost savings for anyone who is purchasing the Endurance vehicle. systematically engineered and competitively priced specifically for large commercial fleets, which are going to be companies included in the manufacturing, contracting, utilities, transportation, and delivery industries. So they already have secured close to $1.4 billion in pre-orders. And as of November 2019, the company purchased the former General Motors Lordstown assembly plant, a 6.2 million square foot facility estimated to be capable of producing in excess of 600,000 electric vehicles annually. If you read further into the article, this right here is again going to be the unveiling of the prototype of its flagship Endurance pickup truck on June 25th, 2020. And to date, the company has received more than 27,000 pre-orders for the vehicle, representing over $1.4 billion of potential future revenue, primarily from commercial fleet customers. The last thing I want to talk about is this transaction overview. And again, I will put a link down in the description below for you guys to read further into the press release. But it essentially says the business combination values Lordstown at an implied $1.6 billion pro forma equity value at $10 per share PIPE price, which again is going to be private investment in a public equity company at close to $10 per share, which is going to be trading under the ticker symbol RIDE. So this right here is the big update that I wanted to bring to you guys' attention. Again, Workhorse owns 10% of Lordstown Motors, and of course they have the 1% commission for the first 200,000 trucks that are going to be sold by Lordstown Motors. So not only does this represent a big opportunity for Workhorse in terms of the equity value, but the fact that Lordstown Motors already has pre-orders of close to 27,000 trucks or vehicles, and that represents close to $1.4 billion of potential revenue. 1% of $1.4 billion is again going to be $14 million that Lordstown is going to have to pay in commissions to Workhorse, in addition to the equity that Workhorse already has in this company. So which is why the stock for Workhorse is essentially skyrocketing over 15% on the day, trading as high as $17.90 as of the time of this video. But I will continue to keep a really close eye on this stock. We have highlighted and identified some key support and resistance levels that we're going to be watching throughout the week. As always, if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to drop a like. It really helps out with the channel. Also subscribe if you're new, and make sure that you hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future market updates and videos related to investing and technical breakdowns. As always, happy investing, and I will see you guys in the next video.